Hey YouTube, Big Earn coming at you with the latest and greatest project I'm working on regarding the check engine light for the O2 sensor that I've been trying to fix. Obviously, if you do some research, O2 sensors are an issue post-cat because they will throw a check engine light if your cats are bad or if you've deleted your cats. In my case, my cat is starting to go and I've got a check engine light. There's lots of fixes out there. One of them uses a 555 timer, which is what you're looking at today. There's some information out on the web about it, but not a lot. I've included the two links below on this video where you can go to read up on where I found the details on these projects. I wanted to show you two things today using every circuit. I basically built the 555 circuit that is going to be utilized to take your 12 volt car system and produce a output signal that is going to mirror what your O2 sensor should mirror, and you will just feed that output into the ECU, and basically you don't even need to have an O2 anymore. So what we're looking at here on the diagram is, here's our battery source. So I've got it currently cranked up to 14.3 volts, which would basically simulate the car running with the alternator on. We can dial that back down in a minute and take a look at what it would look like with the alternator not running and the car just running on battery power. But essentially you'll notice that this diagram mirrors what we have off to the left of our screen there. Again, I got those diagrams from the two websites below. We can see where the current's running, and really what we're measuring here is this blue line. This is the output signal, and up top here we have a graph that represents what the current output is. So essentially we'll see that our max voltage is 914 millivolts, and then of course it's going to bottom out. Our time graph here is 5 seconds, so we can see that approximately every 3 seconds or so the signal is switching on, switching off, switching on, switching off. So a couple things I wanted to show you in this interactive every circuit diagram here is what we need to do to adjust this if it isn't quite matching what our ECU is looking for. So the first thing we need to realize is that this is R2 resistor 2 and this is R4 resistor 4. So we're going to adjust R2 if we need to increase or decrease the frequency of the wavelength, and R4 if we need to adjust the voltage. So we'll take a look at that now. Adjusting R2 to increase some of the resistance, we'll throw it up to 5 mega ohms. We can see that we're now at about 5.5 to 6 seconds worth of time on both of those extremes, which is a lot. And you can see now it's increasing, it's increasing, it's increasing. So if we needed to just adjust a little bit, maybe 3 seconds wasn't long enough, you wanted to do 4, or maybe 4 wasn't long enough, you want to go 2, that's how we would adjust it. So that would be R2. R4 is going to help you adjust our max voltage output. Decreasing the resistance on R4, we'll throw it down to 7 kilovolts. We can see that our max is going to continue to drop. So it was at 914, and as the graph continues to go, 740, 730. So a decrease in resistance of R4 is going to drop our voltage max. Vice versa, if we increase that to 20 kilovolts, kilo ohms, we see that 3 volts is the top of our graph, and it'll probably keep climbing if we give it a few more minutes. So those are the components, if you're going to build a circuit, that you may need to adjust if it's not outputting the correct signal that your car is looking for. Again, how do you figure out what it's supposed to be looking for? Well, you'll need a good O2 sensor, and you'll need to measure what the output of that O2 sensor is. Kind of standard theory across the board is no higher than 1 volt, and switching every 3 seconds or so, which is kind of what we see depicted here. And then lastly, we will adjust the voltage of our battery down to 12.9 volts, which would basically be the car just in the accessory on portion, and we'll see that the max voltage will decrease due to that. 914 millivolts was what we had originally, and with the car, just in the accelerator, we'll see it's down to 789 millivolts, so 788. So we can see that that does have a impact on there. So that's what I got to offer to you. I'm waiting on the parts to come in the mail from Mauser, and we'll throw one of these together and check it out with the old bench voltmeter and see what we get. Thanks for watching.